Hey, man.
How you guys doing?
Fantastic. How about you?
Howdy ho.
I'd be doing a lot better if my morning didn't start out so literally crappy.
What happened, man?
Well, the studio I was going to record this interview in, one of our it was one of our sister stations, and the morning show was on. So I went by to drop off my notes for the interview in my headphones, and as I'm walking in, we do an adopt a pet thing every week where we bring in a pet, we post it on
Right.
Facebook, all that good stuff. And as I'm walking in the studio, I come to find out, just as I'm walking in, the dog is taking a huge dump.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
Oh,
That's
man.
exactly what I did when I woke up.
Adopt a dump.
So the entire wing, that studio still rigs, but the entire wing where all the on-air studios are, it's just completely, it's disgusting over here. So
Oh, dude.
that's my morning. How the hell are you guys doing?
Well, we came in here and DJ took a dump on the
Yeah,
floor, so
I'm
it's
doing
kind of the
great.
same thing.
Oh man, I got James Michael and DJ Aspa from 6 a.m. joining me on the line, and of course you guys, big week for you. Modern Vintage in stores yesterday, celebrating it with your first performance in 5 years. How was it being on stage together again in front of an audience?
Oh, we had an absolute blast. You know, the three of us don't get to spend a lot of time together, so any chance we do get to be together is just a thrill because we love hanging out. And you know, what better way to do it than celebrate the release of a record on stage? We had a great night. It was a lot of fun.
Now, also the big announcement yesterday, you guys announced the tour for the spring of next year. How did it finally come to be that all your schedules worked out to get everybody together for a full run?
Yeah, well, that's what's been a little bit heartbreaking about this whole, the whole 6 a.m. thing is that we haven't been able to get out and do any touring since really the first record when we did Crew Fest. And there's, the fans have been asking for it for a long time, and we've been wanting to do it. So finally we found this little window in April of next year where we're going to be able to get out and do a few weeks of touring. And, it is difficult logistically, and the fact that 6 a.m. does not tour very often is not for a lack of wanting because we all love playing together. So we're thrilled that we finally get out and start bringing these songs to life.
Well, cool. Looking forward to it. Chicago on April 20th at the Vic Theater. Tickets, I believe, for that show not on sale yet, but for most of the tour it is. And you guys got Apocalyptica going out with you. Now, how was the choice for that?
They're just such an incredible band, and we wanted somebody who was very unique in what they were doing, and they're doing something really different out there, and we admire it, and I think the two bands together are going to be a real treat for the crowd.
Definitely, especially if if the people who have coming to the show have never seen Apocalyptica live. I've had the chance, and it's, as you said, a very different aspect and kind of different music, but definitely a cool thing to watch live.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Now, when fans come to see you guys live, what are we getting, like a full hour show? We're going to see music from all three albums?
I think we're planning on doing probably, nothing's in stone yet, but probably around an hour and a half, I would think.
Yeah, and to be able to have 3 albums now to choose songs from, it's really exciting for us. For a band that has not done much touring, usually when you're starting off and just starting to tour, you can barely put together one set of music because you got one record. And so for us to be able to draw from 3 different records and really take people on a musical journey is it's going to be really cool.
James Michael and DJ Ashba of 6 a.m., their brand new album, Modern Vintage, out now and joining us on the phone. The new album, I got to tell you what, man, I'm very impressed. Got a chance to sit down and listen to it last night. It's the first album without a book accompanying it. Was that kind of the idea going into this one?
It was. We actually intentionally did not want to have any peripheral thing like a book for this one because we wanted to, really discover who we've become as a band after 3 records. And it was a really neat thing for us to do. What we did is we went back and looked at all of the great rock records that we loved and all the great rock artist bands like ELO and Elton John and Bowie and Queen, obviously. We just celebrated that spirit of rock record making, and that's what Modern Vintage ended up being for us, was a real celebration of what got us to love music in the first place.
Now, James, I was reading an interview where you had said you were flying all around, where you spent pretty much an entire year on a plane just going between DJ and Nikki to get this thing all worked out.
Yeah, it was a crazy. We actually took about 2 years to make this record. And when 6 a.m. writes songs, it's very important that the 3 of us are in a room together, and that will never change because just getting that dynamic and that chemistry of the three of us being together, actually writing. But when it comes time to recording, obviously DJ, is just always traveling around the world with Guns N' Roses, and Nicky's very busy with Motley Crue. So that became a logistical challenge. So yeah, I was flying up to DJ's place in Vegas, and we'd record him for a few days, and I'd go down to Los Angeles and record Nicky at his house, and then fly back to Nashville to my studio in Nashville and put things together. And yeah, I was doing a lot of traveling. But you know what? Even though it sounds grueling, it was that year went by so fast because we were so focused on what we wanted this record to be that the process of getting there really just flew by.
Now, DJ, for you, obviously, as James just mentioned, you got Guns N' Roses there. What's the difference on your approach between 6 a.m. and with GNR?
Well, it's completely a different. When I step foot in the world of 6 a.m., it's its own beast. It's my heart, it's my soul, and Guns N' Roses is it's so much fun, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. And but it's completely two different worlds for me. Guns is Guns, and 6 a.m. is what it is. But it's just awesome to be a part of both of them.
Mm-hmm. With this album, you guys have, like I said, it's, the name very much fits it, Modern Vintage, because it's got a classic sound but a modern touch. And James, you touched on a little bit of going back and looking at the bands you guys grew up on, and I think the driven home of the fact is the cover of Drive. But the peaks and valleys all over the place. Like, I'll give an example. Listening to it, Miracle is a prime example. It just comes straight out of left field when that song starts. I actually
love it.
I looked over at my iPod. I'm like, did I accidentally hit this thing on shuffle? What am I listening to?
You're listening to Nile Rodgers.
Yeah, we love that song, and yeah, it does feel like a real left turn. But we would be remiss not to have had songs like that on this record because of the exact reason that we were celebrating everything that we loved about rock and roll, and all of us. What was funny when we were recording that one, I was just so taken by how soulful both Nicky and DJ played. I was like, is this going to be a challenge for us to actually do this kind of funk disco thing? And they just both naturally have that in their blood. So I was really blown away as we were tracking that one.
Oh, cool. Well, like I said, the album's amazing. Glad to have it out. I'm glad that you guys are going to be hitting the road. Chicago on April 20th at the Vic Theater, along with Apocalyptica, talking with James Michael and DJ Ashba of 6 a.m. And I'll wrap up on this question.
That's back in my neck of the woods.
Oh,
yeah, me too. I went to college in Chicago, and I'll tell you what, I've been to shows at the Vic, and I remember as a kid, I was like, man, someday I'd love to play this.
The Thirsty Well.
Well, kind of like a homecoming, then, I would say, for you guys.
Yeah, I grew up in Fairbury, Illinois.
Oh, wow, okay. Didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Cool deal. Well, look forward to it, guys. We'll wrap up on this real quick. 3 albums deep now. Some people still call it a side project. Is it safe to say that it's not that anymore, or have you guys never seen it as that?
Well, I think that, I understand why people would call it that. For us, it was really an experiment that turned into a band, and more than anything, it was just 3 friends that got together to make music, and now really 6 a.m. music is just a byproduct of this great friendship that we've forged.
Cool. Well, once again, Modern Vintage, the album in stores. You guys obviously have had a busy week and probably tired considering the fact you played last night in L.A.
Yeah, but we're so excited. We're really pumped about the release of the record and very, very excited to have announced this tour.
Cool. Well, James, DJ, thank you guys so much for your time this morning, and we'll see you on April 20th.
Fantastic. Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.